it's absolutely fantastic to see that you're essentially doing more proactive security. You're trying to think like, hey, there's a lot of things that can go wrong if you find problems late in the cycle, or our customers find it. It's not a good thing. So we try to shift more and more left towards like, hey, how can we proactively approach software security? How can we help the developer in making sure that he has the tools and knowledge to write secure codes?
Yeah.
So, sorry, anything you want to add?
No, just one thing is that even in today's scenario, the developer community also has become more aware. But of course, the importance about having some tool and methodology, training and methodology, because let's say for a developer, let's say you assume that Avinash is a Java developer. So Avinash knows in and out about how to develop a code in Java, but he may not be aware about what kind of security threats are happening in the market. In my code, what kind of things I must include as a part of that. And that is where I think the training awareness that plays a very, very important role.
Yeah, and I think you're actually hitting on the nail here, which is it's a constant improvement thing. Like developers, they can know what the standard is today and what the threats are today, but next year it can be totally different, and they actually can work on different languages, different frameworks. So I think in terms of developers, we need to constantly coach them, and we need to constantly give them the latest and greatest and help them with their journey.
Very true. It's like same holds even for the other type of cyber security. Even it can be for infrastructure. Every day the threats are evolving. Rather, not every day, every second new things are coming up. So equally, developers also need to be made aware that what's happening, what is the latest things. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think another challenge that I would like to hear from you, how you tackle that internally, is the scale of things. I know, if you're only 5 people, 5 developers, well, that's doable. You know them, you can sit next to them, you can help them. But if you have 10, 100, 1,000, I don't know, 10,000 people that are writing code, that's a very different thing. So how is there some tips or tricks that you can share on how you do that internally to guide more developers, or to guide the entire organization in producing secure code and be a reliable company essentially?
Yeah. So of course, there is a dedicated team, that's a CQM team, which typically take care of the defining the standard guidelines about developing a code, secure code, testing practices, etc. And then, as I said in the beginning, that there would be mandatory training that are there. Other than that, more focus is also onto the automation. Okay, but tool-based approach and automation, these are the 2 key factors that will help for to manage the large-scale operations. That is where which plays an important role. So some automation and the tool, these are the 2 things for managing the large scale. Because again, even if you train those 10,000 people, there is always a scope for human error. So how to tackle that human error is with the help of some tool, is what my 2 cents on that particular topic.
Yeah, I think in the DevOps way of working, we want to do more automation. We want to build in more automation, and decisions that we're making is based on data that comes from the tools. So I think what you're essentially saying is that you're with that new movement of trying to develop code faster in a more reliable way and make developers more responsible for the code they're written.
True.